Hello, today I'm going to be demonstrating how to create abstract illustration using a spiral repeat technique and anchor points. This is an illustration that I created using this technique and anchor points. I found it very easy once you got the hang of it, and I did not realize how much you can manipulate shapes when you manipulate the anchor points and how much you can actually create from this technique I'm about to show you. The first thing you want to do is you want to open Adobe Illustrator. You want to open a new document. It does not matter the size of the document, it's all up to you, but I am going to go to Portrait and I am going to press OK. I wanted to show you what tools we are going to be using today. So one of the tools we are going to be using is the black arrow key, which is a selection tool. We are going to be using the white arrow key, which is the direct selection tool. We are going to be using the shape tool. We are going to be using the rotating tool. And I have to quickly draw a shape so I can show you what other tools we are going to use. We are going to be using these two tools. The first one is in the convert tool. And this first icon is the one we are going to be using, and it's going to convert anchor points to corners. The second tool is handles, and we're going to be using the first icon box, which is show handles for multiple selected anchors. So those are the tools we're going to be using today. I'm going to quickly come over here and highlight this box because I don't need that box. So once we're back on a blank document, I'm going to come over to my toolbox and I'm going to go to the ellipse tool because I'm going to be making a flower again, but you can use any shape you want. I'm going to make a shape that reminds me of a flower. At this point, you have the option to come over to your colors and use any color you want to fill your shape. You also have the option to come over to transparency and change the opacity of your shape. I'm going to change mine to 46. And then once you have your shape colored, if you want it to be colored, and your opacity changed under transparency, then you want to come over to the white direction selection tool and click on it. You want to come back over to your shape and click on the top anchor. This will make the handles or the paths come out on the sides of your shape. Then you want to come up to the handles and click on the first icon box. And then come back down to your shape and click on the bottom anchor point. This will switch the direction of the handle or the handle path. Then you want to come over here to the convert and use the first icon box. Click on it. And this changes your shape, as you can see. And then you come back over to your black selection tool, and this will highlight your box. You want to click on the center of your box, and then come over to the rotating tool. When you click on that, you can now see that there is a highlighted kind of sun around the middle of my shape. This is the rotating sun, as I'm going to call it, needs to be on one of your anchor points so that you can manipulate which direction or which way your shape is going to be in. You can put it on any of the anchor points you want, but because I'm going to be making a flower, I'm going to put it on my bottom anchor point. What you want to do is hold down Option and click your mouse once, and you will get a rotating box that pops up. You want to change the angle. You don't have, well, you do have to. So you change the angle. I'm going to change this to 15 because I want 14 because I want my shapes to be very close to each other. In the next tutorial, I will show you one where the shapes are not as close to each other. You want to press preview. Do not press OK, nothing will happen, and press copy. This copied my shape and placed another shape right next to it. Once you have your second shape ready to go, all you have to do is press Command D on your keyboard and keep going as long as you want to create your shape. You can continue to go over your flower and that will just put more petals or leaves on it. Or you can stop and only make your flower halfway if you wanted to. So this is simple and easy, and I think it's a really good tool to know. I'm going to quickly go back up and start a new document because I want to show you another technique, moving the anchor points. So I'm going to use the Eclipse tool again because I'm going to make another flower. I am going to leave it with no color, and I'm not going to put any opacity or change the opacity this time. I'm going to come over to the white tool. I'm going to click on the top. I'm going to bring these anchor points down, and this is going to make it so when I rotate my shape, you are not going to see the curve shape anymore. It's going to be flat on the outside. So once I've manipulated, I do the same steps. I come up to the handlebars. I click on the first icon. I come down. I click on the bottom anchor. That changed your pass. You come over to convert, and I still want it to be a corner. So it made it into a corner. I click on it. I come over to the black selection tool. That will outline your shape. Come over to rotating tool. You can see my anchors in the middle. I don't want it to be there. I want it to be on the bottom again. So I'm going to push Option and click my mouse. And you just saw it move. This time I don't want my shapes to be so close together. So I'm going to make my angle different. I'm going to press Preview and I'm going to press OK. This recreated my shape, and you can see that now there is spacing in between my shape. It is not so tightly placed next to each other. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press Command D, and there you go. It gives you a completely different type of flower, and you can choose to keep going around, or you could have just left it single shaped like I had before. All right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you very much.